Okay guys, I'm going to give a full tutorial from start to finish on how to upload an avatar. PC only for beginners. If you want a video on how to do quest conversion, please let me know and I can do a separate video on that. But for now we're doing strictly beginner stuff and that happens to be PC only. At the end of this video, I'll also include how to work Blender a little bit just in case you want to add some stuff onto your avatar, and then I'll also show you how to do that. And how to add stuff onto your avatar on what some things mean. So let's just get right into it and talk about what you need to start. To get started, you're going to need vrchat Creator Companion and Unity Hub to its latest version. To get vrchat Creator Companion, you're just going to open your web engine, search engine browser, whatever you want to call it, and you're going to search for vrchat. You're going to go to your login. I'm already logged in. Sometimes you have to. You're going to go to download and you're going to click download the Creator Companion. This download also shows you how to download Unity Hub, but if you can't figure that out, because sometimes it does get a little bit tricky, go back to your web engine and look up Unity Hub and you can download it from here. Unity is pretty easy to install because it kind of just walks you through what to do, but it does take a long time to install. For me, it took like 5 hours to fully install Unity. For you, it might be shorter, it might be longer. Be prepared for it to take a hot minute. So once you have all of this done, you're going to need an avatar. This is the one that I'm going to be working with, and this is where we start to get a little bit into the knowledgeable zone. So just for an example, I'm going to show you 2 different kinds of avatars that you can get. So obviously when you go to get your avatar, you go to a place like Nexi or Jinxie or Gumroad or Payhip, things like that to find an avatar. I'm going to go here, I'm going to click free because I want a free avatar. We're going to go to avatars. And for example, this is the one that I have here that we're going to work with today to show. So we're going to go here. This is the avatar. And we're going to go down here to see if there's any specific things she adds that needs to be imported into Unity. So these don't say anything. So we're probably all good just to work with what we have. So what you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to get the avatar. And to do that, you just put in your price. This is for Gumroad specifically. Put in all your information, and then it'll give you a pop-up that says download right about here. You're going to click the download, and then you'll find it up here in your downloads. This is mine right here. So this is where I start to show you where it gets a little bit trickier, kind of, but like not really. It's just something you need to understand. When you go to your downloads, when you upload or download an avatar, you're going to get one of 2. So you're either going to get a file that's locked or zipped like this, or you'll just get the package itself, and I'll say Unity package. If you get a file that is zipped like this, all you're going to do is extract the file, and then you want to look through the file. So for like this one, for example, this is Ray by Mint. This file does not have a Unity package in it. So this file is just completely the avatar. And then if you have a file like this, which is per by Mim, oh, this one also does not have it. I don't think so. Okay. Well, sometimes in the files in here, you will see the Unity package, but if you don't and it just looks like this, there's a different way to go about it, but we'll obviously get there when we get there. So if you have this or you have this, whatever you do, just drag it over onto your desktop to hold it for now. We don't need these files, but I'm going to bring one over just so you would have an example of what to do if you did have one of these. Next, what you're going to do once you're all downloaded, you're going to click accept the agreement always, and you're going to install vrchat Creator Companion. Okay, when it opens up, this is what you're going to see. You're not going to have all these projects. These are my projects. So this is where the whole file thing with the avatar comes in. So if you get a file like this where it doesn't have the Unity package inside of it, what you're going to do is you're going to click this drop down and you're going to click add existing package. You're going to find it. In this case, it's this one. So we would click this one, we would click select folder, and it would pre-open the package with Unity with everything installed. If you have that, that's literally like amazing, because then you don't really have to do this extra work. But if you don't have that and you just have the package, we'll show you how to work with that. So I already have the package made, but what you would do is you would click create new project, and then you would always click Unity 22 avatar project and put the name of the avatar and the creator in this little section here so you don't forget it. Next, when you do that, it would open this page. So it would come, you would have all these three. You would have the vrchat package resolver tool, you would have vrchat SDK base, and you would have vrchat SDK avatars. If you don't have those, you probably have uploaded or installed something wrong. Try reinstalling everything. What you need to add to this package is whatever's in the description on the avatar. So sometimes it'll come with a little notepad that says what you need to add, or sometimes it'll say it on the like actual description when you go to buy it. Pay attention to that. If it tells you to add stuff, great, you add it. If it doesn't say anything, then you just add the basic stuff. The basic stuff would be Pyomi Tune Shader, Gesture Manager, and VRC Fury, which is what we have here. If you have face tracking though, and you need face tracking on the avatar, first make sure that it is a face tracking avatar, because if it's not, then it just won't work. But you would add vrchat Jerry's template. So here's the thing. When you first install vrchat Creator Companion, you don't have all this stuff. You need to add it. So what you're going to do, you can leave this open, it's perfectly fine. Just go to settings, go to packages, and this is where you really need to pay attention to my screen specifically, because all of the codes and stuff that you need, I have right here, and I will put them in the comments, so that way you guys can just like copy and paste them. But if you also just want to type them out, that works too. But what you're going to need is you're going to need this VRC Fury one, which you need this part right here, so you can type this or copy it from the comments when I put it in there. If you need vrchat Jerry's template for face tracking, you would need to add this one. And then if you want Gogo Loco on the avatar, you would add this one, I believe, or it might be a different one. Check the comments just in case. If it's a different one, then don't add this one. And then you would need Pyomi, which is this one. And again, make sure to check the comments to make sure everything is accurate, because I might have the wrong links. But majority of this I know for a fact is right, like the Pyomi one and stuff like that. How to add those, by the way. So you have the codes, kind of like what you would call these, I would say. The codes or the links for it. What you would do is you'd click here to add repository, and then you would put this code in here and then click add, and it will add it to your vrchat Creator Companion. So then you can go back to your project, click manage project, and it'll pop up here. So for example, just to show you, I want face tracking to be on this avatar. It's not a face tracking avatar, but this is just for example. I'm just going to go here. I'm just going to click this plus sign. Give it a second to load and add it to the package. And then once it's added, you're all set. So now we can go in to actually open the project, because we're ready for it. Like, we don't need to do anything else in here. You can close vrchat Creator Companion. You don't need it. This part does take quite a second. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. I just want you to understand some things. This is your hierarchy. This is your inspector. This is your project. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your avatar that you have over here, and you're just going to drag and drop it into the project. Once you've dragged and dropped your project into the project here, you're going to have this pop up. Just click import. Okay, once you're done with that, I'm going to full screen this for now. You're going to have all of this. So what you're going to do is look for this. I'll say open me, or have the name of the avatar. Sometimes you have to look through these files to find it, but it's normally right in the beginning. Okay, once you have this, you're just going to double click it and it'll automatically open the package. Also, to move in Unity, you're going to make sure your mouse is on the scene. You're going to right click on your mouse and use WASD to move around. If you want to go slower or faster, you just roll your mouse rolly thingy. It's in the middle. We're going to delete the quest version because we're not doing quest conversion. And then this is the avatar. So some basic things you want to look for is look around and see if there's any bright pink on the avatar. You'll know it when you see it sometimes, but sometimes the avatars are pink. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it will have this sort of color here. And if you do see it, just go to all on your avatar, just go to all materials, click it, and then where it says no shader selected, do the drop down, click Pyomi, and then click Pyomi tool, and it'll automatically fix the shader for you. Or sometimes the shader is just simply not selected. Do the same thing and make sure that Pyomi tune is in there. So now this avatar is all ready. You can click the vrchat SDK at the top, click show control panel, log into your vrchat account. Once you've done that, you'll get to this page. You're going to find the name of the avatar and the creator. This is Val by Lover. And then you're just going to drop down here and click capture and scene. And then click capture. No matter what, make sure that this is always set to private. So this should never be set to public. you can close the drop down and then go into the next drop down, which is review any alerts. You're going to go through the alerts on the side here, and anything that says auto fix, you're going to click. If it doesn't say auto fix, don't click it. Once it's all set and there's no more that says auto fix, don't worry about the rest of these alerts. It's all just small things. All avatars are going to have a little bit of brokenness. It's perfectly fine. Then you can click build and publish. It'll give you this little copyright ownership agreement. You're going to click OK, and then it'll start building. I'm not going to do that because there's some other things I want to show you. So we're not going to do that yet, for me at least. Also, if you want to go through your other avatars, or delete, get rid of, or just work on them, or open them in the web, whatever you want to do, all your avatars will be here in Content Manager. We're going to close this for now, though, and I'm going to show you some extra things that you should probably understand. So the avatar itself is going to be right here, and if you click this drop down, you'll see a whole bunch of different things, and a lot of these things are just things on the avatar. So in case you wanted to, per se, add something on the avatar, like for example, I have this cute little heart chain that I got off of Nexi, which is this website right here, where you can find a whole bunch of really cute assets and stuff for free, but it's going to give me a hard time and not load, so we're just not going to look through that for now. But I have a heart chain, for example. I don't know who this is by. I think that says rebusing. I don't know. But it comes in the FBX. So the FBX is exactly like the object. So what you're going to do is you're going to take said object and you're going to drag it into your project, because you're going to need it there, because that's how that works. In this drop down, you're going to see something somewhere in here called armature. The armature is the like bone of the avatar, so it's kind of like a person. So if you click this drop down here, you'll see one called hips, and then if you keep going, you'll see a whole bunch of body parts. You'll see left leg, spine, chest, left shoulder, right shoulder, chest area, wings. You'll see a whole bunch of things that have bones in them. So if you keep doing the drop down, and normally if you go in order by hips to spine to chest to neck to head, you will get here, you'll have all this kind of stuff. Super fun. Anyway, so for this heart chain, this heart chain goes around the waist, so I would link it personally to the spine, since it's not on the hips and it's on the waist. So, do you see where the spine is right here? So where the heart chain is here, we're going to hold it down and drag it over here, and you're going to link it onto the spine. So it should just look like this, and you're just going to let go, and then now be linked to the spine. So if you back up a little bit and you look up, it's right there. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just gonna go out a little bit because this one's a little bit broken, but that's okay. We're just gonna drag it down because this is just an example. And I'm just now finding out that this one's actually a necklace, so I didn't remember that, but it's okay. So this one's a little bit broken, so it kind of scales up when it's broken, but it's okay because you can just scale it down. Okay, this one's giving me a hard time. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time, but that's perfectly fine because I don't really need it to show you. I can just do this. But basically, you'll see it in game like this, and you will see a y-axis and an x-axis, oh my gosh, x-axis here, and then you can move it, and now it's working. Holy okay. Whatever. So you will see it, and you can move it and adjust it to look right on the avatar. If you go here, let me full screen this because we don't need this to be. If you go here, you can rotate it. If you go here, you can move it up, down, left, right. And then the rest of this scales it. Other things, you don't really need it. It's perfectly fine the way it is. And then you can just move this to adjust it to be in place. You can scale it up or down if you need to. Yeah, so like that looks about fine for the avatar. Another thing you can do if it's giving you trouble like it was for me, you can just drag it into the project itself. And then you'll see it in the hierarchy, and you can drag it up to where it needs to be. So I don't need this because I already put one in there. And you can just drag it up to, like for me, I need it on the neck, so I just dragged it up and put it on the neck. So yeah, now that's linked to, now that is completely linked to the neck. That's not going to go anywhere. And it'll be just like a necklace. Sometimes you have to make sure you check the logs if it has it, but they have fizz bones in them. And fizz bones is what makes it like move and sway and stuff like hair. So what you can do is you can go to add component, and you can click vrchat fizzbone. So you can just type fizzbone. You'll see this one and you can add it, and it'll add that swaying movement to make it a little bit more natural. If you want to add a material to it, you can get a texture pack, which you would just drag and drop into here and then drag and drop the material onto here once you make it into a material. Or you can just go to all materials. Normally there's already a metal. Yep, see, there's already a metal in here, so I'm just going to drag this and put it on there. And now it has the same metal material that I want. So now this is perfect, and if I wanted to be done here, I could just show control panel, put on all my information, and then upload it from here. But here's another step. So sometimes when you add things onto an avatar, it doesn't quite fit. Like for me, honestly, this necklace is a little too big. Perfectly fine. We just need to fix it. And that is where Blender comes in. And this part's a little tricky. A lot of people don't like this, but Blender is a necessity sometimes. So how Blender works is it takes the FBX, which is the like actual, think of it as like a doll. It takes the actual doll from the avatar and then it works around that. So what we're going to do is we're going to open Blender. This is what we're going to see. You tap out of that. You're going to go down here and you're going to delete all of this because we don't need it. And then this is what you're going to see. To use the controls in Blender, it's a little bit confusing, so I just like to use these ones up here. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the FBX from the avatar and put it into Blender. So to do that, we're going to have to go back into here. You're going to look through the packages and you're going to see something like this. This is the FBX. This one's a little bit broken, but that's okay. We're just going to fix the material. And what we can do to get the FBX from over here to Blender, this is like the easiest way that I found. Just put them side by side, click File on Blender, go to Import, and then go down to FBX. It'll open up all your stuff. Just to make it easier, you can just drag the FBX from Unity into Blender and drop it here. And it just totally works. And then just click Import FBX. Give it a second, and then your FBX will be in Unity. So we're just gonna move, or in Blender, sorry. We're just gonna move Unity to the side for now. So this is what it's gonna look like. So what you have right now is just like a lot of shit that you don't need. So we're gonna go here and we're going to get rid of all of the clothes and accessories, but we're gonna make sure to keep body and base because we're gonna need those to work around what we have. So it looks like the shoes are a part of the base. That's perfectly okay. That's perfectly fine. So what I like to do, because I don't know why it does that for me, but it does, but I just can't properly zoom in. So what I like to do is I just move the avatar down. You can get rid of all this stuff, by the way. We don't really need it. We just need the base. But this way it's a lot easier for me to see personally what I'm doing. So this works for me. It might not work for you, but that's perfectly fine. So now I can see the neck properly. The clothes are sadly a part of the base, which again is not your fault. This is completely creator error. Perfectly fine though, whatever. Now that we have Blender open and we figured out how to put our FBX in here, what you're going to do is you're going to take your second FBX, which is for the heart chain, because this is what we're fixing to make it fit the body more. We're going to take our file, we're going to import FBX, and just drag and drop this too. Import it. That's about right. Nope, it's not. Okay, so this is where I want it. Let me see, it just comes off the body a little bit too much. What you can do is you can go into sculpting. Sorry, it just fixed. I don't know why it was weird like that. You have to click the thing before you sculpt it. When you're in sculpting, you have a few options on the side here, which we're just gonna big screen for you to understand. This is the radius. So this is how big you're like pushing things. You don't need it to be that big. I like to chill 50 is fine. This is the strength of which you are pushing things up or down. The direction is add or subtract. So if you want something to come out more, you want it to add. If you want something to go in more, you want it to subtract. So I'm going to click subtract. And then the rest of this is not really important. Besides auto smoothness, but you don't really need that because it kind of just does it itself. And then you're just going to click it until it looks the way you want. It kind of just molds itself down to towards the base. I'm gonna make this a little bit stronger just so I can get this done a little bit faster because I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't recommend this if you don't. If you do need to go back, just click Control Z in case you mess up. Otherwise you should be pretty set. I'm just gonna keep tapping this until it goes to where I want it, and then for time's sake, we're just gonna say that this is perfect for me. It's definitely not, but time's sake, we're just gonna say that this is perfect. So once that's done, we're gonna delete. We're gonna go back to modeling or layout or whatever layout. We just have to get out of sculpting. And we are going to delete the base because it's configured to the base. We don't need anything else. We're gonna delete that because we don't need it. And now we're just left with the heart chain. Now you just need to export the file. So you go down here, you go to export, you click FBX. What I like to do because it's easiest, click desktop, name it, and then click export. And now you can close Blender. You want to save this. And you can just close Blender and you can go back to Unity. So now that we have the fixed version of the heart chain, I'm just going to delete it just for clarity. Now we have the, hold on, make sure you delete it from the hierarchy too so it doesn't confuse you. Now we have the new heart chain, which is the one that we created. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take the heart chain, you're going to drop it into the project like you normally would, and then you're going to go down to where you would want to put it. Remember this one was a little bit broken when we imported it, so we're just going to drag it into the actual scene, find it in here, and then drag it onto the armature. We want this to go onto the neck because it's a necklace, and then configure it to the avatar's body, and boom. For time's sake, we're saying that this is perfect. It definitely isn't, but at least you know how to do it now. There you go. So now that's all set. And then again, remember, if you want to add fizzbones to it, you just add component, fizzbone, and click fizzbone script, and it'll add the scripts for fizzbones, and it will move. One more thing I want to show how to do, because it does get kind of tricky, is if you want to add tattoos to the avatar, because a lot of people don't know how to do this, but it is pretty easy. So I already have tattoo textures, so I'm just going to show. It definitely does not fit this model, but we're just going to work with it anyway. So I have these tattoo textures. I'm just going to put these in the project. Okay, now that those are in there, we're going to go to body. We're gonna find the body, and we're gonna find the body material. So this is the body material. This one's hidden and locked, so we're gonna just do the drop down for this, and we're gonna unlock the shader. So here it has the body, but we don't want this anymore. Oh, so here it has the body, but we don't want this one anymore. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lock this, so that way it doesn't move. We're gonna go to textures, and we're gonna find the one with the new tattoos that we want to use. Okay, we're gonna wait for it to stop loading. And we're just gonna drag it and put it over that, and it'll add the tattoos to the body. Okay, look at that. So this one actually does not work properly because it's not made for this body, but that was just to show you how it works. So when you do find tattoos, so where I like to find all my stuff is Nexi. Now it's working. You want to find the base of the avatar you're working with, which it'll normally say it in the description when you go to buy it. If not, you can always just join the Discord server and ask the avatar creator themselves. You go to Nexi, we're gonna work for free, for example, and then we're just gonna find tattoos. And then these are going to be all the tattoos that are configured to that body shape. And normally, even if the body is edited, it will still fit the body shape. So these are the ones that specifically that I just used. But obviously it doesn't fit this body because this body is not the same. But in any other situation, it would look the same. And then, again, once you were done with all of that, you would just go to Show Control Panel, build and publish, and you would have the avatar. So that's all you need to know. That is literally so much stuff summed up. That is how to upload the avatar and how to edit some stuff, work a little bit in Blender, and then how to put tattoos on a model. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or if you want any other tutorials, please let me know. Please, 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 please like and subscribe. Doesn't hurt. It's totally free. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.